Hey, Ivy.
Hey, Jasmine.
Well, hello to all of you that is not just Ivy. And welcome to one of our videos explaining the session types that are a part of Groundwork Healing within Community Arts Education. I'm going to introduce myself and then Ivy will introduce themselves. My name is Jasmine Huff. I am the Learning and Engagement Manager for the National Guild of Community Arts Education. I use she, her pronouns. I am a Black woman with brown skin, Black hair, which is pulled back, my raspberry lipstick, and I'm wearing a black dress. What am I wearing? I'm wearing a black dress.
My name is Ivy Young, she, her pronouns. I get to be colleagues and friends, BFFs forever with Jasmine because we work at the National Guild together. And I am a fair-skinned, middle-aged woman. My hair is pulled back. It is dark and wavy. I have dark eyes and eyebrows. And today I'm wearing a blue ikat design shirt. And behind me, it's blurred and white. So Jasmine, I have some questions for you about the grounding practices session formats. What do you mean by grounding practices? And what do grounding practices have to do with community arts education?
Ooh, okay, two good questions. So first, grounding practices, the way we're using that term, you will have a live or recorded session where you'll facilitate self-care, wellness, and/or healing practice with participants. That could be breath work, that could be meditations, that could be some sort of embodied or physical practice, movement practice. So what does that have to do with community arts education? For one, all of us have been impacted by the pandemic, whether we're working within the arts field or not. So we all deserve space to learn and reflect and heal within ourselves, within our collectives, as we think about changing the world, changing our futures, healing for the better. But also I think that, as folks that work in the arts, we're people that are, arts is a very personal practice. I think that there is a need in particular that folks in the arts field have, especially as we react to the pandemic. We're people that need to heal and people
We're
that
sensitive.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm sensitive.
So let's take a moment, right, to be well, and to be well together. That's beautiful. So you just now, you mentioned that they were going to be synchronous and asynchronous. Why are they both? How does that work? And do I get to decide whether I get to lead a grounding practices live or a recorded grounding practices? Like, why both and who decides?
Well, there are some parts of groundwork where we want to set the tone with the grounding practice. And there are other parts where we want people to have space to asynchronously reflect on their own and to practice and model reflection for themselves, because we want the learning that happens in groundwork to be something that people can take away later. So that's part of the reason why it's asynchronous and synchronous. And for that reason, because we're trying to sculpt the gathering and flesh out the space, we will decide based on the proposals we get, whether they're synchronous or asynchronous.
And when you say we,
oh, sorry, the guild.
Who do you mean?
That means the guild, our reviewers, and our wonderful group of advisors.
Got you. So, okay, cool. That's helpful. And will I get to know who those folks are?
Yeah, so the advisors are on our website, and soon reviewers will also be listed on our website.
That's super helpful. Thanks. So why is it up to 20 minutes? Why is that the time frame?
Well, we want it to be 20 minutes, can be, depending on the practice, it can be a long time, it could be a short time, depending on the practice that you're facilitating. But we want this to be enough time for people to engage in the practice and really, we hopefully there's enough time for people to really be, you know, fully invested in the practice that they are viewing, witnessing, embodying, etc. But we don't want it to be so long that there's no space for them to move to another session.
And I guess grounding shouldn't ever really be rushed, otherwise it's not grounding, right?
Exactly.
So how will people see it, and like how do people access the grounding practice that I submit, let's say?
So if it's a synchronous session, then there will be where the whole gathering is happening via Zoom. So people will be able to see it by registering for Groundwork and we will present them with a link for accessing that Zoom session. And if it's asynchronous, we are going to be sending out myriad of different resources, which will include your session.
And when you say asynchronous, what do you mean? What does that look like?
It's not live. If it is, and if it is if it's asynchronous, then you have the option to present a like a video. So it would be uploaded to our YouTube account, and we will include that link to people who register for Groundwork.
Could I submit an audio file?
We would love that.
Okay. Got you.
Yes.
And so it's recorded. It could be video and or audio. Depends on the practice. It seems like a movement grounding practice would be better a video, whereas maybe a meditation practice could be either.
Yes.
Got you. Cool. I love that. So if I propose this and my proposal is accepted, how am I compensated as a grounding practice teacher or presenter?
Okay, so there are two forms of compensation. So the goal of Groundwork is for this to be about co-learning and co-healing. So you will be provided with free admission to the virtual gathering, so you can learn and meet other folks. There will be, and we will make sure to shout you out, put your bio and headshot will be on our website. And we're really hoping that helps people get to know you and your work, and that being a presenter helps share you and your name. Unfortunately, there is no financial compensation for being a presenter.
Got it. So it's definitely co-learning. We come together and co-create and co-learn together.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. I'm looking forward to this whole experience, and I look forward to learning more ways to ground.
Well, thank you, Ivy, for your wonderful questions that you had no hand in previously.